welcome to Superscreen News, broadcasting to you live on TV in Lagos State, Nigeria. I am Olamide Onkamini. Thanks for joining us. A faction of the All Progressives Congress, the RAPC, has signed a memorandum with the People's Democratic Party, PDP, ahead of the 2019 general elections. Who spoke to journalists after the meeting. They said the memorandum was to ensure that member parties unite and strategize to wrest far from the ruling All Progressives Congress. Obi also said Nigerians are also eager to remove the APC from power. The RAPC was represented by the national chairman, Buba Galadima, while others at the gathering from the PDP, including the former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, the Deputy Senate President Ike Ekweremadu, the Senator Dino Melaye, and Akwa Ibom State Governor Emmanuel Udom. The United Nations, the UN, says there is need to reactivate the National Peace Committee, which played critical roles in ensuring a peaceful 2015 presidential elections. UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres stated this in a report of the Secretary General on the activities of the Office for West Africa and the Sahel presented to the Security Council. Guterres said the Special Representative for West Africa and the Sahel, Mohamed Chambers, continued to support efforts to sustain peace in the region by promoting and supporting inclusive national political dialogues, constitutional democratic reforms, transparent, credible, and peaceful elections. You will recall that the National Peace Committee followed the signing of the Abuja Peace Accord on January 14, 2015 by the former President Goodluck Jonathan of the People's Democratic Party, the then All Progressives Congress candidate Muhammad Buhari, and other presidential candidates in the 2015 polls. The chairman of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, in Lagos State, Moshood Salvador, has stressed the importance of loyalty for party constitution. The PDP chairman emphasized this when he paid a visit to Ojo local government area, where he charged members on preparedness for the 2019 elections. Chairman of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, in Lagos State, Moshood Salvador, on his visit to Ojo local government area, stressed the importance of loyalty and respect for party constitution and structures. Salvador also charged the party members on preparedness for the 2019 general elections.
I will first of all congratulate all of you for having a very focused, disciplined, and victory-oriented national chapter. They realized what made them fail before, and that is why they are saying no and zero tolerance to impunity. We have been trying all the possible ways to put everything in place according to the Constitution. You may recall that at the commencement of this administration, I inaugurated the ESCO as given to me by the national, and that is what we insist on. The inauguration was imminent at that time because of our target was to mobilize to increase the membership of PDP in Lagos State that was less than 20,000 to at least 1.2 million membership within a period of 1 year. Today, we have achieved more than half of our targets within 6 months. That is, the population of membership of PDP in Lagos State is over 600,000 today.
Responding, party members and the local government assured him of working hard to achieve victory in the 2019 elections.
We have seen the difference between the parties. The electorates are watching. The level of poverty is too much, and we must do something. If we fail to correct these impressions, well, between I and you, we need a divine intervention. And God will not come down. It is between I and you that we do it. We are going to balance the government, not to change the government. government, they've changed the government, and we've seen the results. There are some of us here, I say it everywhere I go, they prefer group meetings to party meetings. Nobody is saying don't do your group, but your group will not tell you what Salvador said. Whatever you do in your group is for group. You must attend your ward meetings. Very, very important. Because the party structure is supreme.
Our people have mobilized and we have all our PVC in our pockets. PDP, we thank you, Sir Elijah, for your support. Please, we also want the state chairman to also be of help to us in Ojo, assist us to do more because we want to win again. Last time we delivered all the elections in Ojo local government.
The party flag was handed over to a new member. Salvador urged her to mobilize people for the party's victory in the 2019 election.
PDP is powerful in Ojo. It will now become more powerful that Ojo will become one party state. By the power vested in me, I hand over this flag to our royal mother to keep mobilizing it to PDP and get all the houses around to have this
Obviously, PDP is set for the race ahead of the 2019 election. The visit is also expected to grow around all 20 local government areas of the state. And now the federal government has been urged to declare the Miyetti Allah Association a terrorist group. A pressure group in Edo State made this demand while reacting to the recent attacks in Barkin Ladi communities in Plateau State, where about 200 people were killed. The group also passed a vote of no confidence on the nation's security chiefs, describing them as incompetent architecture designed to combat the killings.
The Miyetti Allah Association that have claimed responsibilities in the various attacks in the troubled states should be declared a terrorist organization by the federal government. The way federal government went ahead to declare the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, a terrorist organization for merely agitating for self-determination. These have displayed the highest level of mediocrity, Lilliputianism, and incompetency as a result of the constant killings of innocent Nigerians, and as such should be held responsible for the innocent blood of our brothers, our sisters, and our children that have died so far. And the federal government should show sincerity in the fight against corruption by not being selective, and it should be bold enough to prosecute the corrupt elements in its government.
The National Youth Service Corps, NYSC, will open its online registration portal for the 2018 Batch B mobilization exercise. In a statement issued by the agency, all prospective corps members who have graduated from universities and polytechnics, both at home and abroad, to register for the mobilization exercise between Tuesday, 10th of July and 16th of July, 2018. The statement gave a list of guidelines to help corps members with their registration. Some of the guidelines include having a functional email address and Nigerian telephone numbers with which to register. We'll take a break now. When we return, we'll take the latest from the business world. Stay with us. Welcome back to Superscreen News, and now for some business stories. The Action People's Party, APP, has filed a suit before the Federal High Court Abuja, demanding the sack of the Minister of Finance, Kemi Adeosun. The APP also ordered her to refund the salaries she had received since 2015 when she was appointed as a minister, and order compelling the federal government to prosecute her. The defendants in the suit were President Muhammadu Buhari, the Attorney General of the Federation, the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission, the ICPC. Still in business, the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, NNPC, says it has commenced the project signing of the 7 development projects to deliver about 3.4 billion standard cubic feet of gas per day to the bridge and the terminal terms by the 2020 year. The group managing director, NNPC, Maikanti Baru, said the projects would also close the demand and supply gap in the domestic gas market. Baru said the corporation had engaged Delta Afrique and Worley Passing and Crested Benson to work with the Nigerian Petroleum Development Company and NNPC joint venture partners and other stakeholders to achieve the said project deliverables. The managing director, Shell Company and Petroleum Development, Osagio Kumbo, whose firm is handling 3 out of the 7 projects, pledged the commitment of the company to the successful execution of the 7C GDP, adding that Shell is fully aligned with Nigeria's gas strategy and aspirations. And now the group managing director of the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, Maikanti Baru, has announced a profit after tax of 6.11 billion naira for the Nigerian Gas Processing and Transportation Company, a subsidiary of the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, NNPC. Baru said the PAT was recorded in the NGPTC's first year of operation under the new structure, which had seen the company refocus solely on gas transportation. Baru also said the firm was primed to deliver its vision of being the natural gas processing and transportation company of choice in Nigeria. Still talking business, the EcoBank Transnational Incorporated, ETI, has announced the resignation of its managing director, Charles Kier. The ETI, in a statement sent to the Nigerian Stock Exchange, said prior to his current role at EcoBank Nigeria, Kier was a group executive, corporate and investment bank for the ETI. According to the statement, the board will immediately activate the process of selecting a new successor. The board chairman, EcoBank Nigeria, John Abo, also congratulated Kier for the good work and his team had done, and that he looked forward to the bank sustaining and improving further. And now the Nigerian Labour Congress, NLC, has picketed the office of a telecommunications giant, MTN, in Lagos State for infringing on the rights of its workers from constituting a union. The Labour members who accused MTN of failure to comply with the Nigerian labour laws said to justify picketing of the organization became necessary following MTN disregard for trade union rights. The Labour members arrived as early as 7 a.m. at the MTN office in Falomo Ikoyi and immediately granted activities there by sending the staff members out. However, the staff that proved stubborn were evacuated by force.
Nigerian workers are very consistent and they are really committed to making sure that this process continues and until we're able to liberate MTN workers.
Well, since they are still working inside and you are protesting outside.
It's not true.
It's not true.
Our members have gone inside. Everybody has
walked them out.
Our own is even picketing. The point has been made. It's about picketing. It's about sending the wrong message. And it's also about calling our government not to protect employers that are fraudulent, employers that will continue to exploit Nigerian workers. They should not get any support or any protection from anywhere. Across the length and breadth of this country is going to be a continuum until every MTN worker gets his rights. That is enshrined in our law and international conventions. We are not going to get tired because for us, injury to one is injury to all.
The law provides that workers have rights to belong to trade union that they want, especially the one within the jurisdiction of the operation, which is NUPTE. And all the effort the union has made before now prove abortive. We have tried our best to engage MTN in dialogue to ensure that they protect the interests of workers in their company. But the company they claim to be smart. In South Africa, they have trade union for MTN. But in Nigeria, they believe they can manipulate the system. But we are saying no. Enough is enough for manipulation.
MTN has refused to respect the aspect of our law that says there's freedom of association. We have held meeting with them in several times, asking them that our members have signed our form. They should allow them to join the union. But rather, MTN has been playing pranks with us. They've been playing gimmicks with us.
In a related development, Mobile Telecommunications Network, MTN, has denied allegations that it does not comply with the Nigerian labor laws. The organization, in a statement signed by its corporate relations executive, Tobechukwu Okigbo, he said the protest, where NLC officials picketed their office across the country, was needless. They also alleged that some of the workers were injured during the protest. Still in business, the Lagos State government says it will recover the right-of-way for Aradagun-Imeke Water Road and the Badagry local government area of the state. The Commissioner for Physical Planning and Urban Development, Rotimi Ogunleye, disclosed this at a stakeholders meeting in Badagry, adding that the governor, Akinwumi Ambode, had directed that officials of the government talk with the citizens before embarking on any development that affects them. Ogunleye assured the residents of the area that the government will fulfill its promise to compensate all affected property owners. He also said the government has been committed to the payment of compensation to all affected areas where infrastructure development is ongoing, including Ekbe, Ikorodu, Irede, and Agege areas. We'll take another break now. When we return, it'll be time for some foreign news and some sports stories. Stick around.